center of this zone is a sacred icon critical to the great journey. I must find it.
We shall cut into the heart of this infestation, retrieve the icon, and burn any flood that stand in our way. The parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
Forward, warriors, and fear not pain or death. No, officer.
What is happening, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kyle, and today we are continuing Halo 2 on Legendary without dying. Today we are picking up right where we left off. This is Quarantine Zone. Follows right after the events of the Sacred Icon level. And as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, Quarantine Zone's kind of a speed run for me. Mostly because this whole first section of the level is really just a pain in the ass, and there's no point in me hanging around trying to kill these, like, every last enemy. Like, there's no point. It's easier for me to just keep going, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So this is going to be a short and sweet level. I just got to watch out for certain parts of the level, certain enemies. There's a lot of rocket launcher flood in this level. Like, I shouldn't even say this level, this part of the level right here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just maneuvering past every single enemy. I don't think I've killed a single enemy yet. And we've blown by a good chunk of the level in under a minute and a half. Luckily I didn't die right there. They hit me, but I didn't die. So yeah, and then one of my key things for getting through this level is to just stay on the ghost. Yeah, I mean, I get out here, check out this scene, and kill some enemies on foot, but taking the ghost is the way to go in this level. Just be on the ghost the entire time. You can just run away from enemies, you can shoot them, quickly get through every part in a ghost. And it's one of those things that I learned while doing this challenge, which is crazy to me because I've played this game for 16 years, ever since it came out, and it's so crazy that I'm just now sort of realizing sort of the best method that I have with beating this level 16 years later is to just stay in the fucking ghost, just run by everything, don't give a shit about any of these stupid enemies, fuck them all. Because they're all just annoying. So I usually move on after the big sentinel thingy's dead, which it is, so here we go. Move on to the next section. It's really just, for this level, it's just knowing the waves. Like this part. There's another big sentinel dude, and there's flood that are going to spawn behind you, on the cliff, and ahead of you. And one of the flood has a rocket launcher, so it's important that you just get out of the way. And then there's more flood in this tunnel. And I'm going to ditch the ghost here because there's no use for it anymore, and there's one up ahead. And I think I got down my playthrough of this level. I got it down pretty good. It was very frustrating trying to beat this level with the method that I was using. I realized it was making me a lot more impatient because of how I was playing the level, running through it. But in the end, it's just better this way. So the reason I got rid of the ghost is because the next part has a brand new ghost sitting there. So I'm just going to take that one. But yeah, there is a couple of flood over here, as we can see. And that was a little risky, but luckily that other flood didn't really do anything. Kind of just stood there and watched me. He accepted his fate. And I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but it's kind of cool how, or not cool, but it's great how easy the flood go down in this game. Like, if you have a precision weapon, you can just shoot them in their little infection form area, and they'll go down in like 1 or 2 shots. Most of the time. Except for that guy. He didn't go down. But yeah, it's very like methodical. There's strategy to all this, you know. I'm not just rushing ahead because I've learned my lesson. You gotta know when to rush and when to hide in this level. That's basically it. But once you get through this part, this room, and then the next part, it's not too bad. Luckily, I dodged his hit. I'm pretty sure I would have died if he hit me. I'm glad I'm still having a little bit of fun with this. Yeah, I mean, this part, it's a little tricky to even take a ghost through here because there's so many boxes. So that's another reason why I ditched the ghost in that last room. And these sentinel, I mean, Jesus, the ones with the shield just never go down. There we go. Almost out of ammo now, so that's great. Rocket launcher? Okay, okay. I see you. Don't really need it. I mean, could use it, I guess. But yeah, this part, I think I was just nervous because I wasn't sure if there was going to be more Flood spawning in up there. And there they are. Yeah, I remember this now. It's a little tricky for me here because kind of trapped. It's kind of funny because when I was looking at that dead Marine over there, I actually thought it was Master Chief for a second. And I was like, did they throw in an Easter egg of like Master Chief dead on the floor? But it's not Master Chief. It's a Marine. It just looks like him from behind, or from above a little bit. Same shape helmet. I don't know why I grabbed the shotgun. The sword is more effective against the Flood in this game. But I think I actually go back and grab the sword. Yeah. And as you could see, if you saw it, the Flood up there had a rocket launcher. So that's why I'm taking my time. Because I do not want to get blown up. Sneak up on this guy. There we go. And then, yeah, there's that ghost that I mentioned. So we take that and we keep going on our epic speed run. This part's tricky because there's a bunch of warthogs that come around the corner over here. Most of the time, they won't notice you in time. Either that, or they will notice you, but they're just terrible shots, which is good. And then this part is really annoying because there's just a blockade of enemies at the door that you need to go through, and trying to rush through it with the ghost. And then I don't know why this warthog followed me. Kind of pissed me off, messed me up. But luckily there was no turret at the front door, which is good, because it usually blocks me. And then I just managed to make it through. Another hit or two, I probably would have died. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the level. I mean, yeah, there is this next part, this elevator, whatever the fuck, this lift thing. But, yeah, we'll talk about it after the cutscene. I love how the commander's just here now. Like, oh hey, he was here the whole time, but he wasn't.
They must be after the Icon. On your way, Arbiter. I'll deal with these beasts.
Typical. Always leaving me to do all the hard work.
I see that coward didn't join you. I'll do what I can to keep the Flood off your back.
Alright, so this part, I give him the rocket launcher because I'm literally not going to need it. So, bit of an exploit here. This is one of very many few exploits that I use in this game. There's a lot of them, but I only use a few of them. So this level, there's this weird glitch where you can go into the ship here, inside it, and once you get up here, the enemies will not be able to see you. They just can't see you because from your perspective, it looks like you're just floating, but from their perspective, you're like inside the thing. So it's an exploit, and it's one of those things that I'm not proud of using, but I use it because this part is so bad. I mean, it's fun to play through it, but it's frustrating if you're trying not to die because there's a shit ton of flood that just come onto this thing, and they take out the elites, your allies, so quickly. Like, look, I think there's only 2 of them left now. Like, they're all pretty much dead. But like I mentioned in Sacred Icon, the allies in this game aren't particularly good at fighting the flood. So it's really up to you. But yeah, as you can see, all of my elites just died. So basically, this is it. This is going to be it for the rest of this level. I don't know how other people do it, but this is how I do it. When I was playing through this level, I realized that this is the best way for me not to die, if we're being honest. Because there's just a shit ton of flood, and they keep spawning. And this part of the level, I mean, it's like 7 minutes. Like, it takes forever. Maybe not 7, but it takes a while. Maybe 5 minutes. So, I mean, you can see all the flood. They're just there. So many of them. And once you kill this wave, another wave spawns with the same amount. Probably one of them with a rocket launcher and whatnot. But we're just going to chill up here and just listen to the cool soundtrack. Might skip ahead just so that we can end this level. Because there's really no point in me showing all this. But I don't know. I could just babble on for another couple minutes. Yeah. So basically, you're going up to the top of this lift. The Phantom, which is Tartarus, he's following you up. And then you're gonna basically try to get the icon. It was kind of weird, actually, when I was playing through this on Legendary. When I got to the end cutscene at the end of the level, it actually froze. The game froze on me. I don't know what happened. So I had to replay this level. I did it on easy just so I can get the cutscene. And I don't know about every cutscene. It might just be for certain cutscenes, but some cutscenes, they change the dialogue based on your difficulty. Like, I don't know. Like, for example, in, I think it's, in Halo 1, the first speech that Johnson gives to the Marines. I don't know if anyone would remember that, but based on your difficulty, he says different things. He has different lines and different dialogue. And I don't know if that applies to like every single Halo level cutscene or if it's just a few of them. I don't know. But the cutscene that you're going to see is from the easy difficulty because I just wanted to make sure that I included a cutscene after this level ends because it's important to the story, especially this cutscene. It's kind of the, like, I don't know. It's a pretty big reveal, I guess, and it's sort of the last big thing that happens before the end of the game. So, anyway, so yeah, my game freezes like right after I beat the level, but luckily I was able to save my stats so that when I opened the game back up, I was still able to see the stats that I had. So I'll be able to show that with the time and everything. So that'll be good. But anyway, we're almost here, almost at the end. I'm waiting patiently, and I've probably killed like a grand total of like 11 enemies or something like that, maybe even less. And yeah, I mean, like I said, this is definitely the shortest level that I played through in this campaign. So yeah, just jump down here, and kind of cool how they did a different rendition of the library. Not the same library, obviously, but it's pretty much the same library from Halo 1 because it's just another Halo, but it's still the same concept. It's kind of cool that they did that in this game. Get some PTSD for those of you who just really loathe the library from Halo 1. And yeah, once you walk through this door, it's the end of the level.
Gotcha.
You know, your father never asked me for help either.
The index is secure.
Mackenzie, Perez, how's our exit? You hear me, Marines? We got trouble. How you doing?
Sergeant, stay down! Johnson, you all right? Johnson!
Excellent work, Arbiter. The Hierarchs will be pleased. The Icon is my responsibility. Was your responsibility. Now it is mine. A bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your incompetent race. And I, Tartarus, chieftain of the brutes, will send you to it. And the prophets learn of this. That they will take your head when they learn. Fool. They ordered me to do it.
Alright, so that was Quarantine Zone. Show you the aftermath here in just a sec. We got time, 13 minutes, 28 seconds. And my score is so low because I hardly killed any enemies. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's not a bad level at all. Like I was saying, not my favorite level in Halo 2, but it's definitely a fun level. And it's fun to fuck around and kind of see the freaking everything crazy thing that's going on. But anyway, so we'll see our score in just a second here. But oh man, I can't wait to show you guys Gravemind. That one's going to be fucking crazy. But yeah, 17-0. And that's it. So join me next time for the lovely Gravemind, and we'll see you on the big screen.